Automatic transmissions nowadays are more complex than they were years ago, and as everyone knows, if you ever had a transmission replaced, they're very expensive. I think it's kind of old school that we've all been brought up, and mothers or fathers have taught us that we change engine oil every 3,000 miles, and people always seem to forget about the transmission. But it's very important to not only change the transmission fluid, but do it correctly. We'd hook up a transmission flush machine, and we'd exchange the fluid first, and then we'd drop the pan down and change the filter, and then installing new fluid. And it is a common misconception that people think changing the transmission fluid only is a transmission service, but still there's 85% of the vehicles on the road today that do have a replaceable transmission filter that a lot of shops just don't change, and it's recommended to change that transmission filter as you're doing service. One thing that's very important is to have good clean fluid in a transmission. With good clean fluid, you still have your friction modifiers for the clutches to work properly. You also have thermal breakdown, which when the fluid starts breaking down, your temperature of the fluid raises, which is also hard on the transmission for overheating.
We had just serviced the fluid on a Pontiac Bonneville. It's evidence that this is the clean fluid and this is the old fluid. Here's the filter we took off the Pontiac Bonneville. We had cut it away. They don't come apart, you got to cut it away. You can actually see how in desperate need this thing was as far as the filter looks real gritty, and you can run your finger across and get some of the metal and stuff out of it. The filter's there in place to keep all this stuff getting into the transmission, but when it's clogged, the filter doesn't do its job.
Through the years, I've seen a lot of transmissions and failures. What I see a lot of is people just do not maintain the transmission fluid, and then they come in at 100 to 115,000 miles and the transmission fluid is burnt. And a lot of it's just due to not maintaining that transmission fluid, maintaining the vehicle, and doing transmission services intervals like they should. And if people would just try to spend a little bit now, they would save so much more down the road.